What's up, guys? In this video, I want to talk about not just giving you just tips and tricks all the time. You can have all the knowledge and know-how in the world, but if your mindset isn't right, you're just not going to be able to get those next level results. You have to remember that every day you walk in the gym, you have to be on your A game when it comes to lifting weights, or you're just simply not going to get those next level results. I know for 100% fact, soon I'll get accused of steroids like I always do, like I have in the past. I am trying to think to myself, like, what is it? Obviously, I don't take steroids, so what is it about what I do that's so different from the next guy that might be doing the same workout routine, same eating plan, but why isn't he getting the same results as me? I understand, like, everybody's body will react differently. Everybody's body type is different, and that's all true, and I 100% agree with that. However, if you are not doing these things or applying this tip, this simple one little tip that I'm about to give you in this video, then you can have all the knowledge in the world and all the tips and tricks there is out there from all these really big time lifters that are pumping out videos on giving you guys tips. But if you don't have this one simple mindset, you're just not going to get the results. So what is it? Let's talk about it.
Let me tell them one time, I've been on the grind, this my prime. Ha. Let me tell them one time, I've been on the grind, and this my prime. Yeah, sorry for the wait, didn't think I'd come up, y'all just need a little faith. I've been patient, just waiting on the river with an ace.
All right, guys, so you got to ask yourself, when it comes to lifting a weight, at the very beginning, let's pretend you're lifting a bar with just a small 10-pound weight. You know what, screw it. Let's just say you're lifting just the bar. Now, when you go into lifting that weight, just the bar, let's pretend for a second that you could barely get through the first set lifting that bar. What's gonna happen is that because it's a bar, there's no weights on it, if you can't, your mind is gonna tell you like, hey man, what? This is just the bar, you better lift this. You almost get angry, right? I need to lift this. You're gonna try harder. It's a mental thing, right? You're gonna push like crazy to get through that set because it's just a bar. And maybe you're at the gym. Maybe some people are looking at you like, Jesus, you can't even lift that. And now you're thinking about what other people are thinking. So you're pushing yourself even harder, right? So there's the mentality behind lifting a lighter weight. You're just gonna push harder and you're gonna like almost go through it like with no option to not lift it, right? You're gonna push through it and you're gonna do it. You're giving it to the intensity that you deserve to see those next level results or to get stronger to where you can lift that bar. So every time I come into the gym, I look at a weight and then I think about where I came from. I tell myself, you came from point A, which is whatever I was lifting at the beginning, to where you are now. So what are you doing? Why are you quitting earlier? Because when you just think back to what your intensity was, pushing around that little tiny weight, you pushed hard, right? Because you're like, I need to lift this. You can't lose that drive. You can't lose that motivation to lift that weight that you're lifting like you did at the beginning. You just need to understand that getting in shape and lifting weights, it is an absolute mentality that you have to achieve in order to get those next level results. If you go and you watch, say, Ronnie Coleman or any of the big lifters out there, watch how hard they lift. I guarantee you, when they first started lifting, their intensity never changed. Whether they're lifting just a bar with a 5-pound plate on each side or a bar with 6 45-pound plates on each side. They're gonna give it that same intensity every single time, and that is how they achieve those next level results. You gotta remember, building muscle takes time. It literally takes forever. Losing fat, not so much. I'm literally about to hit the 40-pound loss in 10 weeks. That's insane. I wish I could gain muscle as fast as you can lose weight. Woo! That'd be amazing. Wouldn't it be, guys? But unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. But anyways, yeah, so just Keep all this stuff in mind, guys, because if you can achieve this mindset, this simple little mindset trick, I guess you could say, to lifting weights, it will absolutely 100 gazillion% chance increase your intensity. Treat that weight like it was when you first started. There was less options to fail. In your head, you're like, I'm gonna lift this. You look in the mirror, maybe your muscles aren't really doing so hot. Maybe your pump isn't there yet. It's just harder, but you push anyways because you know that what you're lifting is light. It's shit. You don't like how you look. You got all this crap going through your head, but as you get more results, you're like, I look pretty damn good. I'm doing awesome. And that's not a bad thing. You probably are doing awesome. But what I'm trying to say is that drive that you had to get those little lines that you're starting to see, keep that drive, even when you're starting to look good, even when you're starting to lift those heavy ass weights. Keep pushing like you did at the beginning. And that goes for motivation. What happens to motivation over time? Same shit. Over time, you start to lose drive. Maybe you're good for the first 2 or 3 weeks like everybody else, right? But then when it comes to that week 4 or 5, 6, you start losing that drive a little bit. You see some results and you lose that motivation. But if you can apply this, I bet you any money that in your first couple of weeks doing it, your results will be ×2. I challenge you guys to try this. Comment below this video. Let me know how that worked out for you, because I promise it will be game changer. And I want to end this with one more simple tip. When you're pushing those weights and you achieve this mindset of not letting go of that intensity like you had at the beginning, one more thing you got to keep in mind is you got to ask yourself, and this is a good measuring tool on intensity, but if you're hitting the required reps every single set that you're doing, I'm going to talk about this a lot and probably a few videos moving forward because it's so important, but you cannot keep hitting 8, 12, and 15 reps. You have to be pushing yourself. You have to be pushing your limits. You got to push your weights, guys. Don't hit your reps. I barely hit my reps, ever. And when I do, it's a celebration because that means next week I get to go up. That's amazing. I love that shit. I pushed for that. I love it. And yeah, just remember, every time you hit 8 reps or 12 or 15, go up and wait the next week. That's a good thing that you hit it, but then you got to go up and wait next week. And then next week, if you hit maybe 13 or 12 reps out of the 15, boom, you picked the perfect weight. And to end with this, I'm going to say, if you're just a simple measuring tool and what I go off of, if you're going for 8 reps, at least hit 6 reps. If you don't hit 6 reps, choose a lighter weight. You probably picked too heavy a weight. If you're going for 12 reps, at least hit 9 reps. If you hit 9 reps, you picked a good weight. And then next week, just keep trying to hit 12 reps, right? You're going to continuously push, and this is going to keep moving you forward by doing this method. So 15 reps, I try to at least hit 12 reps. You hit 12 reps, you did good. You hit 10 reps, even 11 reps, you probably picked too heavy a weight. You should probably go down and weight next time. You just got to know your weights, and that comes in time. It's like lifting 101, like you got to know your weights. Don't go into the weight room mindlessly lifting whatever you've been lifting day after day or week after week. You're not going to get results doing that, guys. You got to come in here and you got to push every single day that you get in here. You know what I'm saying? You got to push. But that's all I got for you guys this week. My results are amazing. I love it. I finally got rid of my fat belt. So that's exciting. I'm going to throw that son of a bitch right in the garbage. Good stuff, guys. So just remember, guys, man, like, you got to have your intensity on point. I think that's the most important thing when it comes to weightlifting. Like I said, you can go on YouTube and you can watch all these guys that give you all these great tips that are in incredible shape. But if you don't have that drive to lift heavy, you're just not going to probably see much results. You're going to see results. If you guys are getting in the gym, like, you're a badass. If you're getting in the gym and you're showing up every day, you're doing awesome. You got to start somewhere. Just remember, if you're not in the gym, there's nothing to work on. You got nothing, right? So at least show up. You can work on shit as you go, eating, all that stuff. But if you're not showing up in the gym, at least showing up in the gym, there's nothing to work on. That's all I got for you guys. Until the next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.